dance it up.
Working for the weekend, and I want to see a show. I flip on the Book of Face.
Book of Face.
Yeah, I know where to go. There's a man over there into the music scene.
Oh, I got to do some things, don't I?
Showing lots of love
Wow. Holy crap.
for the community with great advice. I know who I should go see.
Who should we go see?
That's a good question. Radio.
It's where I go for the latest brand info. It's the with the music that comforts my soul.
What's it called?
It's the
All around town.
radio show.
Show.
The Hard Around Town Radio.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the program.
Flavor.
The views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of our sponsors. Hell, we can't get anybody to sponsor this show because they're scared, or any entities they represent.
Whatever. I thought it was.
They are. They're
You know
scared.
what? The Bell and the Bear will sponsor.
Okay. Welcome to Hot Topic Tuesday, brought to you by the Bell and the Bear. The check's in the mail. All right, here we go. What's happening, Karis?
Not much. What's happening with you?
Oh, I'm just looking at your loveliness here. You're looking good today. You got a glow above your head, like angelic glow for this show. I love it.
It's my skylight. It's also because I'm an angel.
You almost did it early.
I'm
Hey,
an
let's
angel.
see who's here today. You want to?
Looks like a whole bunch of very wonderful people.
Oh, first up, it looks like Glenn on the YouTube channel, as always. He's
Glenn.
like waiting to hit the button. He is. And Ray Renee is in the house. Hi, Ray.
Hey, Ray.
Alex Hall, my brother from another mother. He said, "Sing it, Karis. Sing it."
All
Radio.
around town. You know what? I would sing you my favorite song, but I don't know. Have I sang you the morning song before?
I've heard "Good Morning" numerous times, almost to the point where it's becoming nails on a chalkboard. I gotta say, yes, it's a beautiful song, Karis. It is. It is. I don't want to piss her off today early. All right. Hi, everybody. Howdy, Sean Poole, Bob Weber in the house. We're now CNS. We've become initials like Prince. We're the artist formerly known as Karis and Scott.
I like it.
I do too. Kevin Cooper is here. Yes. Book of Face can't decide what speed to play the theme song. Really? Is it messing up today? I hope not, but it wouldn't surprise me.
Jamie, I'll sing
And-
for you all the time.
Oh, Jamie Minnick sucks up to you all the time. I swear. She never says anything
Not
nice to me.
sucking up. She's my
She
friend.
is. She's
And she
sucking up
loves
to you.
And she
Scott
loves-
Luck.
Not sucking up if you're just friends.
Karis looks like an angel. Beautiful lighting. See, I told you it does look angelic, and everyone knows that's not true, however, because,
Nobody knows that.
yeah, well, we know
Angel.
people the devil would kick out of hell, don't we?
Oh, we were just talking about one.
Oh boy, aren't they? Yeah, they're absolutely on a roll. They're on a roll this week. I got to say that.
Erica. Thank you, Erica. It
Dewey.
is wonderful.
Dewey's here. Dewey was my guest
I think
yesterday.
it's just the lighting, Ray.
Did you miss the show yesterday? You did. You didn't watch. Dewey was my guest, and he gave big props to the Scotty Bratcher show.
Oh, was
Yes,
he really?
yes, he was my guest,
I
and
love
he
Dewey. He's so supportive.
talked about Scotty Bratcher at your place and how good it was. And man, I'm sorry I missed that one. That was a
It was
good one.
amazing. Well, he's back in January, so maybe you could actually venture that way.
Let's hope so.
Mm-hmm.
Can you provide me transportation? That's what I want to
I
know.
can.
Can you send your car for me, will you, my dear Lovey? Lovey.
Car and Uber, because I can do that.
No,
Lovely.
no,
Lovey.
no,
Can you please
Lovey.
step aside?
Bring the car. All right. Steve Hook's here. Erica. I love Erica. And
Oh,
Billy. I got to see Billy this weekend at the Eagles Project.
I just saw a picture of Billy sitting
She
in the far back of the fence selling merchandise with
She was
all
the
her friends.
the merch girl and the seamstress for the band. She does it all. She does it all. Billy, did you like my picture I've got, that I left the bass player out of? Sorry, Greg Amberg. I'm sorry, but it was fun. It was. Dan's here. Let's see who else real quick before we start this mayhem. Gina, Chad Applegate in the house. How you doing, Chad? Good to see Chad here.
Messaging today.
Chad messages a lot. He doesn't message me, he messages you. You're prettier though. Okay.
Well, it was about music, but
plus you can provide a venue for him to play. Sean Poole is in the house. Look at that. Exciting news. Was sent an email. Now he's an official member of CMA. Good. Shameless plug for Sean.
Good for you, Sean.
Good for you, Sean. That's awesome.
That's awesome.
Yes. And Billy said, Bill Lee, not Billy, but Bill. Wow, Bill Video said Dewey did an excellent job yesterday. Bill, yeah, he did. Dewey had the radio voice going yesterday. Hi, Rebecca from Texas. How are you? Thanks for checking in. Hey, look who's here.
I don't know. I've never heard of him.
Have you ever heard of him? Steven West. Steven, I found a picture of a cow the other day. It had a 7 on its face and posted it on his page, but yeah, I don't know. Its markings were a 7, but yeah, that's all I could do.
Oh,
how you
Chad,
doing, 7?
Send you nudes. That's so nice of him.
Oh, Chad, thank you so much. Just what I wanted, my friend.
Yeah, it's funny you say that because Scott was just asking that more people would send him nudes.
I knew it was coming. You're a jerk. You're a jerk. Hey, we got to get started. He says, miss y'all dearly. I bet he does. He misses us so bad he never comes to see us.
No, he
but he's a rock star.
He does have 30 children, so
he's a rock star, and he's got more babies than the Kardashians. So let's move on. Let's move on today. Let's talk, Karis. Let's talk about our topic. Our topic today is, and I'm gonna. You want me to lead in? You want to lead in? I don't. No, care.
You lead.
Well, as you know, year round there is and I hate the word competition, but there's a lot of live music out there. We wish there were more, but there is a lot of live music, and choices become difficult for people to pick and choose who they go see. And especially this time of year, when you look at tons of festivals, outdoor events, things that have been going on. And I know we covered this earlier in the year, but I want to know more today about, I saw some people posting on how they pick who they go see for the weekend and who they go out and see on weeknights even and such. So we're looking for people today who would like to give us an idea of what makes you tick, what makes you want to go see a band or go to a venue. And that's what we're looking for today on the show. And this is a real interactive show because Karis and I are both tired. Can you tell? Karis is falling asleep right now as I do my little monologue here. And
I forgot where I was. No, that's not true.
Yes. No, you're here. We know you're here, but we'd really love to hear from you and we want some interaction. So please throw it in there. And sometimes taking 2 to 3 venues in a day. I do too. And sometimes we just flip a coin. Yeah, it's tough, man. So many people out there playing. And it was like, who do you go see? And how do you make that decision? Hey, Ditch, thanks for being here. Rebecca says location plays a big part. Absolutely. And I mean, I'll be honest with you. I mean, there's so much good music in Cincinnati, but most of it's a 40-minute drive for me there and then 40 minutes back after you sit and, maybe partake in an adult beverage or 2. And that can be tough, like, especially if you're tired, and like Karis looks right now. I'm just going to keep saying that, by the way.
I do look tired. I apologize, everybody.
It's okay.
But I haven't slept in a couple of days. I'm tired.
Let's look up an extreme close-up. There we go. Extreme close-up. You don't look so tired. You look angelic today. You really do. I love it.
Nice.
Yes. I'm trying to be a kinder, gentler Scott today.
Oh, I appreciate that. I actually look like I'm stoned.
Well, I think that's allergies, but we'll call it that.
It's allergies, I can tell you that much.
You haven't been out back having a safety meeting with Jamie Combs or anybody, so I think you're doing all right now.
No more safety meetings for me.
No. Hi, Don Hudson. How are you? He enjoys seeing people he knows. Well, there you go. That's one big choice.
That's a good one.
But, I was going to see a lot of people I know, and then, frankly, I'll tell you, I love them, but it got boring because they played the same songs and over. I could tell you their set list. That's a whole nother show. We did it one time. But, what do you put in a set list? But really, I like to shake it up a little bit.
Yeah.
if less likely to go if there's a door cover, more likely to go if it's close to home. Thank you, Ray Renee. And that
That's disappointing.
it is. I have a little issue with that because
I got a lot of issue with that one.
I sit at doors sometimes and I watch. I thank you, Rebecca, for calling Karis gorgeous, or maybe you're calling me gorgeous. I don't know.
Well, either way, thanks.
Thanks. But I sit around doors at venues and I watch, and it's amazing the amount of people who walk up and they say $5 cover and they turn and walk away. It's like, you cheap ass people. That's another show too.
I think we just did that show, didn't we?
I think we did, but bedroom eyes, Don Hudson says.
You guys are making this tired girl feel relatively good. Thanks.
Well, look at that profile pic. Don's horny. He is. He's horny today.
Oh my goodness.
Isn't he? Look at that horniness he's got going on there. Yes. Kenny says how obscure they are and they are better sooner than later. Okay. Interesting. What else we got? See anything popping up that you love, Karis, that you want to talk about? Jamie says she loves the bands start early at Crimers and then because she can hit another one. I like that too. The Eagles Project Saturday night, 5 to 8. I was on to another venue quickly.
That's convenient in the summertime with those festivals, since we struggle so much in the summertime, that the one benefit is if somebody's going to go to one of those festivals, they do end early opposed to going to an actual venue. Apparently people are losing audio on and off. Are you seeing that?
I am, but I don't know what's causing that. It's got to be a Book of Face issue. I'm not hearing any audio loss here on our end.
No.
But let me keep going here. We've got a lot. Hi, Steve Stein. Thanks for dropping by. What's Dan's got to say? Keeps losing us. Yes.
Kevin says it's fine on his end.
Thank you. Who's Mr. Clown School? I can't tell who that is. Says Scott is hot. Thank you, Mr. Clown School. Whoever you are, thank you.
Scott, you are a very attractive man.
Oh my gosh, my heart. It just pitter-pattered. Is that a word? Pitter-patter.
It is now.
Terry says her friends love to dance, so the band that keeps them on the dance floor. See, and there's a great example of things that make people tick. It is.
I'm so far really liking that there was only one negative one.
$5 cover is nothing. Absolutely.
Absolutely agree. Especially since it goes to the reason why you're going. I mean,
Ray Renee, yes, you could be getting paid by. I am too. That surprises me. Because if the venue charges a $5 cover for you to play in, would you say, no, I don't want to play there because I'm against covers? Or would you realize you're getting paid by them? You got to do whatever they got to do. That was interesting. I never expected that out of Ray today, but you never know. Don says no comment about being horny. I think I got to keep rolling.
That, Jamie's been trying to see a bunch of different bands. She has, such as Scotty Wright, which was Yeah, I'm wondering
if that audio issue's on our end or something, but I don't.
Some of it. Some.
What's that?
No. See, we got a lot of audio is perfect here.
Okay, well, it may just be the feed out there. Sometimes it's the Book of Face. If you're watching on Facebook, go to YouTube. You can see it better.
Oh, well, that's different, Ray.
Well, yeah. I mean, when you do a $20 cover charge at the door, that's a little bit much. Unless you're charging for a national act or something coming in. I get that, but even then, you never do that, Karis. You'd never charge that much at the door. I mean, you've charged tickets.
A national act.
But you pay, it's tickets, right? I mean, it's a ticketed event. Yeah, that's a whole different animal.
Yeah.
But so if you're just joining the show today, guys, we're trying to find out what makes you decide to pick what venue and what artist to go see when there's so many choices out there for the week. And let us know. We want to hear from you. We're very interested in this topic today, and it's very interactive. And what is that? The big something get down in Hamilton this week?
I thought that was on the 30th.
Big River Get Down, I think, is what's going on. By the way, Karis, I saw Casey Gomez this weekend again, and CFG and the family. Saturday night after the Eagles Project. Amazing.
I feel like they just keep getting better and better.
I hope they go to Memphis and absolutely sweep the whole thing.
So do I.
It's tough competition down there. It really is. You can talk to, Johnny Fink and Doug Hart and those guys that have been down there, but it's tough. But I think they stand a great chance with the new vibe they've got and the stage presence that they all have.
there's not much that I could compare that to, because it's just it's a whole different thing as well. Like I don't, other than our favorite, the ones that you and I like, the National. Who are they that we love?
Who are you talking about? I was reading a comment.
Man, we are the same band. We are at the same show in Hamilton.
Oh, JJ Grey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Other than JJ Grey, I don't know who else to even compare them to.
No, and they really are close to that. I mean, that's kind of what they're doing, and it's good. Kevin, thank you for that. I know I'm way behind in the comments, guys. I'm trying to get there. Audio's fine. Audio. Thank you, Gina. Thank you, Bob Klein, Ray Renee. Yeah, audio's good. Dan's back. Lola's in the house. Hi, Lola. She says audio is perfect. Fred King, hi there. How are you?
Hi, everybody.
Here we go. Body, mind, and vision decides where Ditch goes. Hey, I can feel you on the vision side, Ditch. Yeah, I'm struggling with the driving at night right now with the eye thing, and that's tough for me to go a distance. It is. What's Jamie saying here? He's trying to see different bands.
Yeah.
He says Scotty Bratcher was amazeballs.
He was amazing.
What's Chad got to say besides sending me nudies? Blackbone Cat's on his soon list. Yeah. I mean, isn't it fun to go see new bands too that you've never seen before? I think that's so much
Chad,
fun.
if you've never
hit a
seen
home run.
Cat, you're gonna love them. They're amazing.
Let me tell you, a couple of the guys from there the other night that were there at the Eagles Project. I mean, they were on fire.
Yeah,
they were on fire the other night in North Park in Springboro. And Ray says she's not saying she's against covers.
Suits That Rock,
great
show, but that's a fundraiser, so that's different.
Well, Ray's just saying she's a cheap ass. That's all I'm going to say, Ray. That's all I'm going to say. I love you, Ray. All right. Glenn says it's good at YouTube. Do you see any I need to pop up? Because I'm so far behind. We're getting so many comments here. I want to make sure we get to the right ones today. And don't be offended if we don't pop yours up on the screen, because there's a ton of them coming in.
See,
hundreds.
I get Kent Fry. It's interesting you say that, because the traction I get on Yelp compared to Google it doesn't even compare. Like nobody. I think you might be the only person left that uses Yelp.
Wait, did he say Yelp? I don't see it. I see YouTube, and
for venues I go to Yelp.
Oh, he goes to Yelp. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. So many of those.
Google is huge, and Facebook.
So many of those are, when I used to work in Florida as a tour guide on a boat, we lived and died by TripAdvisor and those kind of things. And man, one person could make a bad comment and the owners would lose it over it, and those kind of things where you get 1,000 good ones and one bad one comes in. And, there's people, as we've talked about, that won't go to places and won't do things because they've had one little bad experience. They never give them a chance again. And that's a shame, because things can be different from night to night. Don't you think, Karis? I mean, everybody has a bad night.
I do, but I take a lot of, reviews are important. I don't think reviews should be dismissed by any means, because, of course there's just hateful people out there and that will just do it on purpose. But reviews, I pay attention very closely to my reviews. Now, not on Yelp. I don't know why, because I just don't check Yelp. I do my Google and Facebook, because I care.
Well,
I think every little thing is important. So if somebody had a bad time, I want to know why. I can tell when somebody's just being mean and just trying to when they're just never going to be happy. But if there's
it's interesting you said that, because I want to dwell on that a minute, because so many people do look at different modes of reviews and go to your page and look at your reviews and all those things. I happen to know a guy that owned a venue, though, and he let an employee go because he caught him dead to rights stealing from him on camera. I mean, just basically money out of the register in his pocket, let him go. Well, this guy fired up a campaign of all his friends. I'll use that term loosely. And in one morning destroyed the guy.
Yeah.
With like 50 negative reviews with a 1 or a 0 and all that stuff. And it couldn't have been, because when you get 50 of them in one day, there's somebody screwing with you, and that's what this employee did. And, it's like the employee in the restaurant getting fired, and he posts pictures of the kitchen, and he took it on the busiest night when the kitchen looks like a bomb went off or something in it. And, makes it look like it's dirty all the time. And people are crappy. They are. People are crappy sometimes.
They can be mean, and they're almost meaner when they're the ones that are doing something and then they get caught and then they just get angry.
And there's Bill. He says primarily go to smaller venues for local music because of the family feeling. Never get that at national acts or the big venues. Thank you, Bill. That's a great comment. And I agree. That's what turned me on to the Bell and the Bear. It's a family. I mean, it's a
family affair.
It's a community of great like-minded people. It is.
I'll have to start checking Yelp again, Kent. Sorry.
What's he say? What'd he say?
He's saying that Yelp is more truthful and everything.
Okay, interesting. Let's see. When we travel, Yelp has been great and truthful. Google, not so much. Yeah, I think you can buy your way into Google. I do. I think there's ways to do that.
You can buy your way into Yelp, and that's why I stopped using it.
Yeah, can you? I don't know. I don't know what they charge. I've never had a Yelp, but I've been involved, like I said, with TripAdvisor and some of those. We did have a Yelp, but nobody looked at it where we were. So, yeah, interesting. Steve Green, what's he say? Bad band reviews come from the facility and staff. Interactions, unfortunately, people need to remember that it's a business for everyone. Don't behave well. Yes, thank you, Steve Green.
Yeah. People also need to remember to, not do anything to, you gotta be respectful all around.
Yeah, and let's get some more comments, guys. We want to know what band you would, or don't even give us a name. Just say why you would go pick a band or a musician over other ones, and why you would pick a venue when you have 1,000 choices in a night within, 30 minutes of where you are. And really, this past weekend was a great example of that. There was so much going on. You had the big festivals in Cincinnati. You have next weekend, we have Oktoberfest in Dayton. I can go see on Sunday at Oktoberfest 3 great bands in a row by going there on a Sunday. So yeah, I'll probably choose that because I get a chance to not only see a lot of great friends, but also see some fantastic entertainment. And that's the advantage of a festival who's only doing it once a year. But boy, does it put a hammer in sometimes on the venue who's doing it every week and struggling every week to make sure they fill seats and those kind of things. That's it's interesting. Yeah. Cincinnati Live and Local says they love this topic. Love to come on the show sometime and chat about it. We got to get you on here. We do. And yes, we do. We'll get you on sometime. Interesting. Distance and where my friends are going is huge, Dewey said. Okay. And, I went to a place the other night I don't frequent very often. And I saw the Doug Hart Band there, and I saw, Ricky Veneman was opening, Doug Hart Band, and then CFG and the Family. And it's a neat venue. But I counted when Doug Hart was on stage, there were 35 people there. I was so sad about it because it was a great show. I mean, it was off the hook, wonderful show. And, Donnie Perry made up for the missing people in loudness. But we had a great time that night there in the venue. And it's a wonderful venue. And its name fits the place, Hidden Gem, because it's behind a shopping plaza. You wouldn't know it was there if you if you drove right by, which is also an issue, I think, sometimes. And they're trying their best to get their name out there. And it's hard. It's hard to compete against all the crap going on everywhere. And I shouldn't say crap, but you know what I mean. Pick the band that doesn't play off in our area, Harlan says. Thank you for that. That's good. I like to hear that as well.
I also think this might not go over well. A lot of bands need to maybe pay attention to their following or lack thereof, and should maybe care more.
Interesting you say that. I couldn't agree with you more, because I've seen that happen so many times. You can be the best band in the world, but it doesn't mean you're going to fill seats unless you work at it.
Yeah. And yeah.
And the other thing that I think turns me off going to see people is, and this will piss some people off, I'm sure, fake people. fake bands that are, they shake your hand, then they're really behind your back, just fake as hell.
Yeah.
And you can see through that in a second with most of them. And
A
that's
lot of people just
not
don't really
good.
care. And that's so funny to me because they want people to book them, but they put in zero effort.
None. Nada.
All of them, Kevin. They don't promote. They might do one promotion like the day of. Oh, thanks. They have just like a negative attitude. They don't engage their audience. They just sit there and do nothing. And yet they're usually, they're like, it's funny to me.
It is. And that's a problem also with people choosing who they go see, because most of them don't even know about it. If you don't promote it, that if they build it, they will come. If you build it, they will come thing. No, you've got to promote it like mad to get people in there because of all the other options. And let's face it, I hate the word competition, but that's exactly what it is every weekend. It's a competition for people. And there are only so many people who go out. And the younger generation, I'm going to say it, if you're on here and I offend you, I am so sorry. But the younger generation is sitting on their ass on a couch, watching Netflix and ordering DoorDash. They are not going out and enjoying live music like many of us did for so many years.
Yeah, they're not.
It's hard. I mean, it is. It's hard for them to decide who's there. And what is this? Got to practice creates no good chemistry. Yeah. Well, you've got to practice if you're a band too. I mean, at least know what you're going to play. There are some bands that can hit the ground running. They can. And I mean, they can play anything. But that's not all of them.
That is so great that got to practice. I'm not about competition. I'm about the love of playing music. That is awesome. Awesome. Thanks, Glenn. That's awesome. I'm excited for them. That is a really good spirit. And if you're not looking to really get paid for it, and if you're not looking to be expected to be booked at bars, and you're not, willing to at least understand that if you're going to try to make a business out of playing music, then it's not so much competition, but it's about giving yourself the best chance of standing out amongst the others. Then, I mean, you kind of have to think a little bit like that. You got to work to compete, to get us to help fill that venue that you are wanting to get paid at.
Jamie, that's a perfect comment. Thank you for that. She was talking about the certainly about Hamilton becoming a place for music, and it's always had a great music scene, but man, it's getting well known now. And I'm going to tell you, there's a reason for that. And there's a couple reasons. One is River's Edge, which they're doing a great job of bringing good acts in there. The other one is our friend Hollywood. And Hollywood by himself, I think, has promoted Hamilton, not just the venue he works at, but Hamilton.
He is Hamilton.
That's cool. He is. And he's known as that. And, when the mayor gives you a proclamation, because you've done so much for the town, I hats off to him, man. He's a rock star in Hamilton, and he's a rock star in my eyes everywhere. And that's one of those guys that just gets it. He gets it. He understands the band business. When he was running another venue, I mean, he was so kind to the bands that everybody wanted to play there. And he went out of his way to be kind to him and nice, and that goes a long way.
He's a nice guy.
He is super guy. But I'll tell you my personal preference. Number one, I don't care what genre it is. Honestly, I'll go see a country band one night. I'll go see, the next night a hard rock band. I'll go see the blues guys. All that. That doesn't bother me at all. It's not genre related. It is venue specific many times. And many times I will tell you, I steer away from certain venues just because of the atmosphere that I don't like and don't want to be in there. And then I also steer away from certain bands because they've been shitty in the past. They've been like, I would love to go see certain bands, and my mind tells me, don't do that, because they were the same bands that were bitching because you didn't come see them one night. when you had 15 other choices and you had to be other places. And, that people like that need to realize even your own fans won't come see you every night you play. So get over yourself and play music and hope people show up and promote it. I mean, that's what's going to get people there, I think, don't you? I mean, that's what brings people out.
People are really taking the word competition a little too. It's just a way of saying whether you like it or not.
Call it choices.
Choices. It's a choice.
Yes.
You have a choice.
Call it choices.
No matter what. I don't consider myself. Listen, bars work better with other bars. Like the more bars around me, the great. It's not competition. It just adds. It's inspiration. It's everything. But you call it whatever you want. The reality is, though, Chad nailed it. Not even Walmart keeps products on the shelf that don't sell. People don't buy products they have never heard of. We're offering a product. This is a business, whether people want it. Like, if it's not a business, then I guess you guys don't want to get the people in bands don't want to get paid for it, right? But it is a business because everybody's expecting to get something out of it. Nobody practices and works their ass off. And, unless, like these big bands like that go out and is it okay if I say, thanks for playing because you love music? That's awesome. I'll see you later. Is that enough payment? No. So it
Can I give Chad Applegate a round of applause, please?
Yeah, that was a good.
There you go. Thank you. Thank you, Chad.
You don't have to use the word competition, but you have to. There is a sense of reality here. If we're looking to book bands in a bar that makes their money, the live music, and we're supposed to pay the band to play and sell music, then of course I'm going to book a band that has passion and loves what they do over a band that doesn't. But trust me, if you're not willing to put in the work and promote and help me, this bar, get busier than the one somewhere down the road, well, that's not fair. I mean, this is business. It is for the love of music. I'm in this business because I love music, but it is still a business.
And Dave Wade, I love your comment, but I'm gonna rebut that a little bit and say you are, as a band, in the choice world. You're if someone books your band Deviate at a festival, it's because they choose you. And I think that's what I'm trying to say here. Competition's a terrible word, and I don't like that word, but it is. And in a way, if someone else started coming in and beating you out on all those festivals, then they're winning in a way of getting booked. And that is where I say people have choices, and the venues have choices in who they book, and the festivals have choices in who they book. And there's a reason Deviate gets booked into all these festivals. I mean, it's no lie. They're a great band. Now, I will tell you that other people out there, though, always say, well, it's a clique. They get booked because it's a clique. And Karis gets that all the time about booking people in her venue. No, you book what works for you, what brings people to the festival, what brings people to the bar, what brings people in. And that's the thing that gets me is some bands don't get that. They think they can be this fantastically technical band. And if you don't bring anybody, as Chad Applegate said, the product comes off the shelf eventually. It does. I mean, you can't do that. And I hope people understand what I'm saying here. The words we choose are tough.
Bands that just manage to, kill it right out of the gate, and those are awesome. But it doesn't change the fact that it's not fair for the venue to have to do all the promoting, and it's not fair for the band to have to do all the promoting.
Yeah, Steve Green, I agree. I know what you mean. And
well, that's exactly the point, Dave. Everybody does have to has to have a sense of value. 100%. That's why the word competition sort of goes in there. You're not going to play if I pay you in Skittles, right?
No,
nobody is. So with everything is value. So you know, DB8 is a very well established band and you guys still promote. That is amazing. So my point is there's a lot of bands that don't do any promoting, that just are not even enjoyable. They may sound amazing, but they're not enjoyable to watch. They don't do any promoting. They don't put on a show. So why would somebody like me who's trying to keep a business going book somebody like that opposed to DB8? I'm not.
This comment may make Dave mad. And I'm sorry, Dave. We're friends, and I wouldn't want to make you mad, but it's easy to say I'm in competition with no one when you're at the top. That's easy to say, honest to God, I think. And it's, like I said, it's options. It's, as you said, it is choices. But when you're sitting at the top of the food chain, oftentimes you feel like there is no competition. If you're the little guy at the bottom trying to get booked into venues and you're trying to make your break, like so many musicians on this page were years ago, you feel like you're in a competition all the time. I mean, I can tell you what we do here. I am in direct competition. There are people out there that are doing and copying just what we did. A friend of mine down the road here at Heather, she does bingo. Just this week, somebody popped up doing a bar bingo this week because they saw success with her. It is what it is. I mean, it call it what you want, choices, options, competition, whatever. I get kind of fired up over it, but I'll calm down. Thank you. Kevin Cooper's comment's great. Thank you, Kevin.
There's a million bingo nights now. It started with MTTs, and now then me, and then it's everybody around the corner is doing it. It doesn't matter. I wish there was more live music venues. I wish
there's a music venue by us that used to have music 5 nights a week, is now down to music 1 night a week and trivia and everything else every other night. Right now, this is where they're at with it, and it's the way they're filling seats. And I hate to say that for the music business. I'm a big proponent of the music business. I do trivia, and I've been accused of stealing gigs from people, but it's supply and demand, man. I mean, I can do trivia. That's my thing. I do it halfway decent. People like it. So I stay in those venues, and we've gotten way off topic about choices, but
Dave,
why people choose.
Away my nerd clusters.
What is that?
Dave, he was like, I'm nerd cluster. I'll take nerd clusters, not Skittles.
Nerd clusters. How about, what are those? What are they called in the little box you get at the movie theater? The snowballs or whatever?
I don't know.
Ice caps or something.
What did Bob Klein say? He's usually.
Where is Bob? Hold on. Let me see what Nick Winters said. I haven't seen Nicholas Winters. Hey, by the way, Nick, hi. If you put in time to kill it on stage, your time will come where you're sought after band, plain and simple. Yeah, absolutely. I agree. I think that's a great point. You got to put the time in, and you got to do your due diligence to be good at what you do and hone your craft. And then people will choose to come see you. They will. But it's also another thing. I mean, I'm not going to choose the same band 5 nights a week. Those days are over where the same people used to come to the bar for the house band 5 nights a week. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to pick different people all week long to go see live music. What are you reading? You've got something you're seeing there.
I think I'm confused by what Steve is trying to say.
Steve Green? Steve
Krakus.
Green or Steve Krakus? I'm trying to get Krakus. That one?
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
I don't understand what you're trying to say there. No matter what, Steve, you play in bands, and
not all audiences are like, yeah, I'm a little confused on that too.
You still want to get paid for your gigs, right? I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't even.
Dave, I get it. Fully understand. I don't perceive the landscape from my perch. I'm busted. My hub. I have something. I don't know what you said, Dave. I love you.
Dave Wade, thank you. That's a good comment. It is. I like it. And I hope anything I said didn't offend you, because I dearly adore Dave Wade, and he's a great player, and certainly enjoy seeing his band any chance I get. And unfortunately, The festival
Ray,
circuit
you
is
told
tough.
me that you don't even use your band's page to promote your band. You just share what you post on your your personal page. To me, that's a big loss. To me, I don't believe that you're utilizing all that you can.
Interesting. Thank you, Dave Wade. That's why I love you as well.
Oh, I don't
All
think
right.
there's anybody should be offended. These are all different perspectives.
Yeah, and I'm a consumer. I mean, I am. I
I'm both.
certainly I'm one of those people who this is a business, this is a thing we do, and those kind of things. But it's also I'm a consumer of music, and I love good live music, and I even love mediocre live music. As long as you're putting on a good show,
Me
I'll
too.
go see you.
There's
I've
even
seen
bands that
plenty of
don't-
them.
Yeah, like that. I mean, to me, it's not. You know, there's a lot of different aspects, but in reality, when it comes to this time of year, when there's a ton of competition, because no matter what, when there's summer, you got festivals, you're trying to get people to come to your venue instead of going to a different one.
And there are
So-
tons of options this time of year, if we want to call
Correct.
it that as
So
well. I mean,
because of that, you bet your butt I'm going to try to pick somebody who I know promotes, shows, puts on an incredible show. Like I'm trying to look for the whole package. So that way I can get those people to my bar too.
Because in January, there's no clock tower, there's no Oktoberfest, there's no River's Edge, there's no Phrase Pavilion, there's no River Bend. None of that's going on. So you really gain a lot as an indoor venue when those things go away. And that's a really slippery slope for who decides where to go. And I think I'm no further ahead today in my idea of what makes people tick than anything else. But what I'm getting out of this, at least, is that people make choices based on their personal preference. And that's kind of what I'm seeing here from those of you who made a comment about it.
I could not agree with you more, Dave. If you aren't growing or at least attempting to grow, you're dying. You are stale. If you're not even trying anymore, there is so much possibility out there. I mean, I love you, Dave. That's it. Because, if I ever get to a point where I was like, all right, well, I made it. I'm done. I don't have to do anything anymore. Oh, I'm done. Sell my bar. I'm done.
I've seen many a national act fall that way.
Well, I've
Made
seen
it to the
many
top.
local bands fall that way. I've seen so many venues who they fall that way. I see people who just don't even try anymore. I mean, it is sad, and it makes me so angry because I think to myself, why? Okay, if you're going to do it just for the love of music, that's awesome. Don't get paid.
Okay. Bob Klein, that may be the best comment of the day. Ray's comment was she teaches classes, trying to figure out where the next one would be. Bob Klein says only if it costs less than $5. Drop the mic on that one, Bob. Yes. Hi, Ryan Schwab. How are you? And David's got one last thing to say here. We're going to have to get out of here soon, Karis. We're about wiping out our time. But I do want to say one thing. You were talking about bands falling, and I want to say that many a band has come and gone in the day. Many good bands have come and gone. And it wasn't because they left because of a venue. It wasn't because they left because of breakups, makeups in the band, or guitar player leaving, or this, that, or the other. Most of the time, in fact, I'll say 90% of the time, bands lose their pizzazz because of ego. And when they get too big for their pants, people stop coming to see them.
There's this real lack of there's a whole lot of delusional people out there lately, if I'm gonna say that, and a whole lot of just lack of self-awareness going on. And I'm looking at people who do not promote, that don't do any of these things, and then wonder why nothing is like I don't know. To me, it's things that seem so in your face and straightforward. And I'm watching these people just, I don't know. I don't know. It's a weird thing. Something weird's going on in the world right now. But
you think? Do you think?
There are no days off, and I don't want days off, man. I love working. I love the creativity, and I love promoting, and I love this all. I love every part of it, even the shit that I hate. I love it because it makes my mind move.
Do you like making cheeseburgers?
I do. I'm actually working the food truck tonight, so if anybody wants a burger, come get a burger.
They're good burgers, people, and their burritos are top notch. No diggity.
Look at Miss Jackie. Miss Jackie, DV8. What do they all have in common? They put on one of like the best shows there is out there.
Yeah.
And they promote and they give a shit.
High energy party all night long.
Give a shit.
Yes, I agree. And Dewey says her burrito is just as good. I love the burritos. I do. And Shane likes making burgers. Well, there you know, if you ever need somebody to be a cook for you in the old food truck, a chef, Shane can come in and help you.
It is Taco Tuesday. It's Taco Tuesday today. We have our specialty tacos. Ooh.
Thank you, Steve Green. And Jamie says Taco Tuesday. Thank you for that. Karis, we have run out of time, my dear. We ran way over. But this was a great conversation, and I appreciate everybody chiming in on it. And again, guys, don't ever be offended by anything we say, because we have opinions just like you do about things. And just because we're behind the mic and on the camera here doesn't mean yours are less important. And we should not ever downplay what anybody has to say, because that's what makes the world tick. May not agree with you, but I certainly want to hear your opinion. We're popping them up here. Kevin Cooper.
Hey, Chad.
Yeah. What's Chad saying? The faded kid. Let's copy it. Yeah.
Well, go ahead. You can't.
How about we have somebody do a radio show called Down the Hall Radio? Let's do that. Yes. Couldn't we though? Yeah, because
maybe our next subject should be how do we? Okay, never mind.
Oh my God! Don't do it! Don't do it! Don't do it! Don't do it! Where's my button? Yes, I know, right here.
Stop! Stop now! Damn it! I said stop.
I feel like I
stop it.
Haven't done anything wrong.
Man,
I was
stop.
an angel today.
Stop.
Oh my goodness! Don't do it.
Oh, by the way, Scott, I don't know if you're interested in this. Next Thursday, we're celebrating the 3-year anniversary of the Jam.
Not this week.
Next week.
Next week. Okay.
So just want to put it out there if anybody wants to come and jam.
Yeah.
And you should come.
I know I should. Can I be in the picture this time?
Yeah, and that's the thing. We want as many people there as possible because we're doing a brand new picture.
Thank you,
want
Kevin
all our
Cooper.
family and friends there. Thank you, Jamie.
Thank you, Jamie. We had a great show today. Thanks for watching, everybody. We love y'all. Thanks for tuning in and making this popular and what it is. And last week, one of the biggest shows we ever had, well over 2,000 views on it. And that's good, Well,
that's because of the subject and because we were so nice.
We were. It was, what was it? Heroes and Happiness last week. And this week it's back to Joy and Judgment. So that's what we're bringing.
Up, Jamie?
Jamie will pick me up if I find a ride home. Thank you, Jamie. Thank you. Jamie's nice. Good job at not swearing, Kara said. Maybe I'll get the Standard Country Time Band to come back on here and be part of the show again. Oh gosh.
Come on.
Should we wear pajamas?
Pajamas? No.
No pajama party for the Jam. Pajamas. I know what he's trying to say. Jim McCarthy, you're a comedian. Thank you so much.
You're awesome. Love you all.
Let's say goodbye, Karis.
Goodbye, Karis.
Can we say goodbye?
Goodbye, Karis.
I don't know what I got to say goodbye with. What the hell is this? I don't even know what that is. Never mind. Let's just say.
What else? What's so nice to see you?
Moose outside should have told you we're closed.